Talk about some definitions real quick. First of all, a variable. When I refer to a variable, what do I mean? A letter. So when I want the variable terms, I want terms with a variable. So as I look at this expression, what terms have a variable?
3.
What terms? You have to take the whole thing. 7x is a term, so 7x has a variable. Negative 5x, you have to take the sign in front. There is a negative in front, so this is negative 5x and 4x. So since there is a negative in front, you have to take it with the 5x, so negative 5x. Now, one step further. Coefficient is the number next to a variable. So coefficient is a number next to a variable. So what are my three coefficients from these variable terms?
3.
No? Numbers next to a variable. So what are the three numbers next to a variable? 7, what else?
8.
Negative 5 and 4. Those are the numbers that are in front or right next to a variable. 7, guys, please stop the talking. 7, negative 5, and 4 are the numbers right in front of the x, right in front of the variable. Those are the coefficients. Next thing we're going to talk about is a constant term. Those are terms without a variable. What are the constant terms in this expression? 3. What else? 8
And 1.
and negative 1. You have to take the negative in front.
It looks like a subtraction.
It's the same. This is a negative 1. You have to put a subtraction with the 1. Minus 1. Okay. So, guys, please stop talking. I can help you when I give you time for homework. Let me get through this. Okay, so you can simplify an expression by combining like terms. So what we're going to look at is when I say a like term, I mean they have to have the same variable and the same exponent. So what I look at first, if I look at my 7x, what terms in here are the same or like 7x?
Yellow.
Eric?
Negative 5.
Negative 5x and what else? 4x. Okay, so we can combine those by putting them together. All you do is you combine the coefficients. What is 7 minus 5? 2 plus 4? 6. And you put the x with it. This is not rocket science. We are adding and subtracting numbers. 7 minus 5 is 2, plus 4 is 6. If you struggle with that, use a calculator. That is fine. Okay, you keep the x the same. They are the like terms. Now we can look at my constant. What constants can I add together? 3, 8, and negative 1. Those are alike because they do not have an x. What is 3 plus 8?
11.
Minus 1.
10.
Positive 10, so it's plus 10. So you take your x's and combine the coefficients, and then you take your constants and combine them. Okay, any questions so far? Let's look at a couple examples. Number 2, 9a minus 10a. They both are like terms because they both have an a. So you subtract the coefficients. What's 9 minus 10? Negative 1a. We don't really put a 1 in front, so that's just negative a. So if there's no number in front, if there's no coefficient in front of a, we assume it is a 1. Okay, let's look at 3. What are my two like terms for number 3?
M.
Okay, well, what are my two like terms? 7m and negative 5m. So what is 7 minus 5? 2. And I put the m. Can I put negative 6 with anything?
No.
No, because it doesn't have an m. So I just put minus 6.
Well, that would be easy.
Yeah, I mean, these are pretty straightforward for the most part. Okay, let's look at a couple more. Let's look at 4. If I look at my 4, what are my like terms? 9 and 5. They are constants. They do not have a variable. So 9 plus 5. Now be careful. It's not 9 minus 5 because the minus is behind the 9. You take the sign in front. 9 plus 5 is what? 14. So positive 14. You normally start with the variable first. There's no x to put the negative 6 with, so it's just negative 6x plus 14. Okay, let's look at number 6. If I look at 6 real quick. What things can I combine, or what are my like terms for number 6?
Negative 6 and negative 8.
Okay, let's do the I usually start with variables. We'll do with constants in a second. 5h plus 7h. What is 5h plus 7h? 12h. Now I can deal with my constants. What is negative 6 minus 8? Negative 14. I can't combine those because they both don't have h's, so that's my answer. Okay, let's look at number 7. 5x squared plus 7x squared. They have to have the same exponent and variable. They're both x squared. So what is 5x squared plus 7x squared? 12x squared.
12x squared.
Okay, let's look at 8. What can I combine? What are my like terms for 8? 5x, negative x, and plus 3x. You take the sign in front. So go from left to right. What is 5? Now negative x is the same as what?
1.
So what is 5 minus 1?
4.
Plus 3?
8. 7.
7x. So you go through and combine like terms. Now the other two are my y's. 7y plus 2y. Plus 9y. I can't combine because one has x and one has y. Any questions on that? Doable?
Yep.
Okay. Let me let you start the homework. Keep those out. We'll finish the rest of the notes in a second.